Hey everyone, this is Sinister Urge. Got another one for you. Those coming back, appreciate it. So here, as I promised in the last video, is my Harley Benton double neck. And this thing is obviously just badass. So I was in the market for a double neck for many, many years. Ever since I saw Jimmy Page and song remains the same, I I was like, that is the guitar of a god. So I thought, yeah, sure, I want one of those. At that time, the only thing around was the Epiphone double neck, and they were still selling the Gibsons, but I didn't have Gibson. I don't remember what it was just an insane amount of money. The Epiphone was a little over a grand. And at that time, 14 years old, I can't afford that. It's way out of my league. So for years, I was looking. I saw some, through eBay, but they were kits. You had to build them yourself, and I already did something like that, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. So I thought, no, I'm not. I don't want to build anything. Um, so I finally, I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. My dream isn't gonna happen. Finally, fast forward more years, I have you know, a good job where I can, you know, buy something like this. And this shipped was still under $600. I know the Epiphone was still going for over 1,000. I think the last I saw was um I don't know, over $1,100 maybe. Um, and yeah, that still seems like a lot. And I thought I saw a couple people online on YouTube, and they were talking about this. I didn't even know if this was a thing. Um, so I saw some videos, and it seemed to have some pretty good reviews. It's not a perfect guitar. There's still, it's got its imperfections and things I'm not too too keen about. But for under $600, this thing is awesome. It sounds great. It's got four Roswell pickups. Um, One has the cover, the others are not. Um, the it's only got two pots here. It's got a volume and a tone. It controls both. There's a switch, unlike the Jimmy Page's or the Epiphone, right? There's a switch in the middle. This one has a switch at the bottom part, close to the switches that are close to the neck and the bridge, which sometimes can make it a little difficult because I'm not sure if I'm hitting the right switch or not. Yeah, this thing is heavy. It's got some good weight to it. Tuners are Grover. Yes, they are. They're the tiny ones too. I mean, for the 12 string one, they're tiny. When I'm trying to tune on the bottom part for the 12 string, I notice I kind of hit the 6 string tuners, and that sucks. Also, for my hands, the spacing between the tuners on the 12 string are small. So if you got like big hands, and I don't have big hands, but I still have a hard time trying to tune it because I'll sometimes hit the tuner on the top. So tuning is not great. It's a bit of a pain, but it stays in tune, so that's great. Um, the other thing, I kind of wish that there was a dedicated tone and volume for both. Instead of a shared tone and volume, which this has. Um, just because if I'm switching between, I don't want to worry. There's already a lot going on here, a lot of switching going on. The last thing I want to do is kind of worry about um, having to then switch the volume when I go from one neck to the other neck, or mess with the tone. That's just extra stuff that I don't want to worry about. But it does make a difference if you're switching, and if maybe you have the six string a little lower in volume, and then you want to switch into the 12 string for some rhythm stuff. The tone and volume will change drastically, and I'm not a huge fan of that. That's why I wish there was a dedicated for each neck for the six and the 12 string. That way you have more control over, just at least to keep things, you know, where they're at, because I can't keep things where they're at if when I switch between necks, because there'll be a big change. Sometimes the 12 string might sound like it doesn't have, it has too much low end, um, but it might sound great. It might sound good in the six string section, but then I would have to, mess with the knobs and stuff. But let's see what else. I no complaints. This thing sounds great. It really does. Um, like I said, sometimes I just need to switch between pickups, and it gives the amp an extra push, and it just sounds, great. Um, it's not a perfect guitar, of course. I mean, it's not a Gibson, so I do notice imperfections. Um, some paint imperfections. There's no big deal. I'm not feeling any kind of fret wire on the side, which is great, because the last thing I want is to worry about any kind of fret wire sticking out while I'm trying to play this. So that's a good sign that there's nothing sticking out. Did a good job with this. The um the bone, it says it's a bone nut, I believe. It doesn't look like it looked like it was a bit of a sloppy job, um, when putting the bone nut in here. I can see some where they put some of, I guess, the epoxy or some of the glue or something. Um, yeah, I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna change that anytime soon. But yeah, it looks like some of the glue also kind of touch the fretboard on the top. And you can't see it, and I can't zoom in right now. But yeah, it's not the best as far as that. It looks like when I got this, there were some. It looked like the fretboard was, I don't know, a cat plated or something. There was the scratches and um, imperfections on the fretboard itself. Nothing. I don't. I mean, it's nothing that I've encountered where I can't play it, or it's bothering me so much that I just can't, deal with it. Um, but yeah, it's not a clean fretboard job. Um, the frets itself, no, I have no complaints. Again, the biggest thing that I find that kind of bugs me a little bit is tuners. Again, they're very close to each other, and I get it. I mean, this is, you know, if the whole headstock would have to be a lot bigger in order to give enough spacing for it. And I don't even know if the Gibson or the Epiphone, have that much spacing either. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't own one. But yeah, that's my issue. And then the other thing was the electronics are sometimes they mess with the tone a lot, like, and not always in a good way. I have my L3 amp and a nice little pedal that'll help boost it a little, um, and it sounds great. I already played it, so we'll check out some sounds in a bit. Again, this thing is great. I mean, for $600 shipped, uh, I mean, if you want a double neck, then and you have the funds, I say go for it. I'm not disappointed. It came with a hard shell case. I know. I mean, the last time I checked, the Epiphone doesn't come with a hard shell case. It's just the guitar, which sucks. I mean, you're paying. I don't know, after taxes, maybe like 12, 300, $1,300 without a case. And that's kind of lame. This one came with a case. It's not the best case, but hell, you know, came with a case. Find a good strap. I have this strap on right now, this purple strap. I really dig it, but you know, it has almost fallen on me a few times as I'm standing and playing with a strap, and will like just pop out. And that's not the guitar, that's, you know, that's the strap itself. But be careful. You don't want this falling on the floor, and you definitely don't want this. You know, if you're wearing socks in your room or something, you don't want this to fall on you. It's gonna hurt. So yeah, this is the Harley Benton double neck. The actual name of the guitar is the Harley Benton DC Custom 612 Cherry. But enough talking. Let's see what it sounds like. So, see, sometimes I can't even remember what's what. Let's put everything center. So I know they're both on right now. You're only gonna hear the mic, my lav mic, so it might not sound great, and hopefully this strap doesn't hit it, because then you're just gonna hear pa 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 sound. Maybe I should take the strap off. That way it's not like rubbing against the lav. Well, again, lav, that's gonna pick up the amp. I'm not, I don't have it mic'd, but you know, get some sounds, right? Give you an idea of what it can sound like. Let's see. So is this the switch? Yeah. So now right now I'm on the six string. Six string, both the pickups are active. Tone and volume are all the way up. Okay, so that's both pickups. Let's switch to the neck. Okay, so this is the neck. You can see it got a little darker. Switch to the bridge. It got brighter. Okay. Switch over to the 12 string. Everything's still, you know, both pickups, volume and tone are all the way up. Let's go to the neck. So right away you can tell the 12 string is louder. Everything is still where it's at. I'm gonna turn down the volume knob. Notice, I don't know, well, I don't know if y'all be able to hear it, But as soon as I turn the volume down, I'm starting to lose a little tone. Turn it down more. Yeah. Actually, I like this one right now. I actually like it at this where I have it. Let's go to the bridge. Turn up the volume again, knob all the way up. Let me turn down on the volume knob. So it seems like it will mess with the tone a little bit, the volume when you bring it down, but then it stays. It doesn't seem to, do anything after a certain point. It's just volume after a certain point. But in the initial, it does seem to drop a little bit on the highs. But then after it stays, you're good, and then you just drop in volume. So here's just the 12 string. Both. There's a little bit of loss of volume there. 6 string. Here's both. So it got a little brighter compared to when it's just by itself, when it's just a 6 string. When it's both, just 12, sorry, just 6. And then both. Now I'm gonna do the same and show you with that pedal. Both pickups. Neck. Bridge. I don't think I've ever tried it with the 12 strings, so let's see what happens. This is both necks, 12 string with the neck. All right, 12 string with the bridge. And that's both necks activated. Now just the 12 string on the neck. Twelve string, both pickups. 12-string bridge. And that was all just 12-string, okay? Not both. Not both necks. So yeah, I go back to 6-string.